Penfield Trails Committee, monthly meeting of March 3rd, 2021 is now in session. The first thing we do with the excellent Eleanor Hartquist minutes is review them, February 3rd minutes, with attention to the action items on 5 dots down below in gold. Make sure that what we did in February we will be aware of and be able to react to.
What happened to additions or deletions to the agenda? You skipped over it.
I did because I don't use it.
I'm trying to keep you at it.
We are, by the way, called to order as of a minute ago.
Okay.
So does that mean I record that we skipped over that?
Yeah, you can do that. It would be precisely true when we review the March 3rd minutes next month. April 7th, Wednesday. Any seconds?
Second.
Anyone?
Oh, someone seconded.
Bob did over here.
And a second?
Yeah.
Okay, Eileen seconds, Bob and Selby approved. All right. So my heart is glad to report, review the results from February 26th. By the way, it was last Friday night, Harris Whalen Park, under the full moon, hike party. Up at the top of the hill, where they sled down, where the flagpole is, and where Penfield Recreation set up 2 tents and offered snacks and hot chocolate and displayed some of our future general programming hopes as we go into hopefully a more opening up spring and summer. So we had 5 Penfield Recreation staff led by Andrew Erfitz, who created the Harris Whalen Park glow stick snow looping trails, 1 red and 1 lime green. And the full moon came up as advertised, minutes ahead of the sunset, which was also excellent up on the hill. And before the evening was over, we did 3 guided loop hikes, a total of 36 people.
36?
36.
Wonderful.
With the Ansaldes being the main Penfield Trails Committee help that evening. So that's something we want to do again next year, and maybe do it more than once. Like target February, March under the full moon, or January, February, and March under the full moon. People of all ages get together for various purposes at that location. So if the snow is there and the full moon will come out, we're going to do it again more than once next year. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Ansaldes, on that.
Thank you, guys.
Would you want to do it in the same place every?
Well, at least once there.
Oh, right.
So
Right, 'cause
handy.
there's opportunities like 1,000 Acre Swamp. I mean, you could hear some owls in there.
But we have to be able to have parking and tents.
Oh, well,
And
you're
display.
talking about big festival. I'm talking about moonlight night.
Yeah.
Right, and besides, they probably were people sliding down that hill on skis or something, huh? No?
Yep, there was a lot of sledders.
Yeah,
That contributes to the overall gathering.
yeah.
That's the key to that.
Yep.
We don't want it to be a hoot owl secret by any means, no. Okay, now, March hike is Saturday the 13th at 10 o'clock. And this particular poster, which you can take with you off the table on the way out and put it up at your beauty parlor or whatever to get the word out. It will be at Shadow Pines at 10 o'clock, and this poster will be posted tomorrow at Shadow Pines to let anybody using Shadow Pines between now and March 13th to join us, no matter what the weather, to explore, most importantly, 180 acres of open space use, and especially what we call the old back nine, which is the more exciting of the 2 9-hole former Shadow Pines golf course. So I will be there, obviously, if anyone wants to join me to, regardless of the weather, and grab a hold of that crowd. Maybe we'll split them up, bring them back together, and go the other way, whatever. But once we are at the parking lot, at the trailhead, it's easy to go either way, front nine or back nine.
So Nels and Andrew, last Friday for the event there was a Facebook post put out. And people were able to say, I'm going, or however that worked.
Yeah, we did like an event for it, for the,
I know, I said I was gonna go, my wife said, and because of that, a bunch of our friends picked it up,
Yep.
said they were coming. Can we do the same thing for these Saturday hikes?
yep, yeah, I know that the sign that Nels printed, that's actually, so what we typically do is we'll make like a flyer like that, and then we'll just use that as a social media post. So you'll see that on Facebook. If you want to make it an event, we can coordinate that, and the rec department would have no problem putting it on our rec department page. And usually the town shares it and gets it
I
out.
think that'd be a good idea. I think it'd be a
Okay.
way of getting people to come.
Yeah. Yeah, I did hear a lot of people, especially with COVID and everything happening as well. There were a lot more people this year compared to last year that said, I saw this on social media, or I saw a flyer for it when I was at the community center. So I think it's working, so that should help.
Any way that it isn't a secret, that's for any recreation program. Eagle Scout projects up there. I don't have any Eagle Scouts working for me, but what I'm going to mention later on in the meeting is something in conjunction for Eagle Scouts. If they want to do some conventional, hands-on construction and building, we have an evaluation we're going to make on all of our trailhead kiosks, and there's some work to be done there, especially the one out at Sherwood needs work. I can think immediately. Now, we need one actually to be built for Honey Creek at 5 Mile Line Road. So these are nuts and bolts Eagle projects that are waiting for any scouts out there in the Penfield 5 different troops that want to come see us. Recreation Office, Penfield Trails, we have projects awaiting.
Nels, there's an update from the council. They are reorganizing districts. Penfield and Webster is gonna be in with Wayne County. And I don't have a new district name yet, but they'll probably be changing the district names
Well,
too.
what would they do with the 5 troops that were meeting here in Penfield? How does that dynamic change anything?
It would be just Webster and Penfield, plus we got all the Wayne counties at the round table, so that any information that would be passed on would also be passed on to all of Wayne County for any work that anybody wants to do here. When I get more information, I'll update the crew.
Well,
We probably should go to a round table.
But for talking to our meeting camera here, that there currently are 5 meeting troops in and around Penfield. And we're
Right.
just appealing to them through this form of communication. We have Eagle projects awaiting.
But some of them draw from kids from outside the town.
Well, doesn't matter if there's scouts that need Eagle projects
That's right.
here. immediate trails need report. Anybody out there on the trails that saw something that needs to be removed, fixed, or altered?
Not specifically, can I ask a question? What are they doing in Shadow Pines by Atlantic?
I know Tim's not here and he knows more information than me, but I know that they have on the property earmarked a lot of the trees that were dying and risk of falling, and I believe with the weather, the way it's turned, they've started to do that work, even though typically you probably see them in the spring and summer doing that, but without a lot of snow, they've been clearing it around.
They've cut a lot of trees, and so I was just curious.
Yeah, I know Tim and the crew went through last year and did a big inspection on the front nine. I'm not sure back nine, things like that.
There was action at the southwest corner of the Atlantic and Whalen today.
I think they pulled out what they cut and put it on the corner and now are taking it away.
Yeah.
Ed Conservation Board, anyone Conservation Board?
Well, due to a technical difficulty, our delegate wasn't able to connect with them last night. So I watched the meeting on TV. The Conservation Board currently has 9 projects going on, some of which are sketch plans, and I'll give our secretary the addresses. It's Penfield Center Road, Fairport 9 Mile Point Road, Plank Road, another one on Fairport 9 Mile Point Road, Jackson Road, Empire Boulevard, Harris Road, another one on Jackson Road, and the old Redmond Quarry. There are various stages of report. They've done reports on 1410 Penfield Road, which is a small subdivision. And they did a board report for 1820 and 1810 Fairport 9 Mile Point Road, which is in the vicinity of a Y and is going to be mixed-use development. Some of the other ones are sketch plans, restaurants, subdivisions, and the lake. And Eileen says she's going to do a follow-up and see if she can't get up to speed on everything that's going on. Plus also alert them that the quarry hike has not occurred yet. They're still in the process of setting that up with the Conservation Board, the Town Board, and hopefully our committee. If you can wangle your way in there, it would be appropriate. And keep it on the front burner.
All right.
Oh, to other business, and what I wanted to say was, we have the January minutes yelled up and the February minutes yelled up about all of the action items relating to easement reminders, easement alerts that we'd like to pass to the planning board. Ed, did you send anything to them since the last meeting?
I did not, but I spoke at a town board meeting, and I will speak tonight at the town board meeting, and I'm also planning to speak at the planning board meeting for the quarry.
Take both of these minutes with you, I'll make sure.
I do have that.
All right.
What I spoke to on the town board was about Allen's Creek and the Runnequoit Creek. And Tony, it would be appropriate for our secretary to email Tony and find out if there's any updates.
Well, I have to have more specific information than just what you just rattled off. So if you want to give me your pieces of paper.
Yeah, I'll give you all the addresses here.
So,
Yeah.
so you are planning to address the town board
Again
and the
tonight.
planning board?
Yeah.
Will this include our?
I don't know when the planning board meeting's gonna be, it may even be in,
Will this concern also the other action item, which was the RIT alert for our
yes.
original
Yeah, that's the one I'm gonna address the
desire
planning board on.
to go down the west side of Runnequoit Creek
Well,
from Panorama?
I don't think we're gonna be able to get there, but they don't even want the fishermen on the property.
Well,
Yeah, I know, but
Are they gonna patrol it then?
they do patrol it.
Oh,
now.
they do?
Yeah, they kick everybody off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
all right, so they have a security detail.
They do.
Okay, good to know. Alert.
going to talk with Doug and see if she can't get onto the list to participate in the tour that's going on for the property. And then she'll be able to give us a report from there.
That was about the parking, right?
Pardon?
That was about the parking they wanna do?
Yeah, they're gonna improve, they got a number of improvements to make, plus some erosion problems they have to address.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Ed, but coming back to a held item that I'm adding by looking over the minutes of January and February. Is there any progress where you live and the Willow Pond cleanup?
That meeting has not yet occurred. One of the creeks that the town is going to clean up this year is part of Ross Brook from Scribner Road to Atlantic Avenue. Through the new subdivision, it would be appropriate if we can get a hold of Tim. That has been scheduled, but, well, the town is in there to make us a footpath on the property that they're gonna clean up. This is a small creek, it's the headwaters of Ross
Right.
Brook. It flows into the pond.
Well,
at
once again,
South
you're
Brook
involved,
Boulevard.
we're involving the town, but the responsibility, I thought, was with the management for.
Well, that's why we need Tim here at all meetings, you know?
Well, let's kick that down the road till next month. I'll ask again. Okay, on the old business, I still have my town trail walking update forms for the town trails in our town parks. And I'll be working on that. So I submit that to both Andy and to Tim. Or anybody else that wants to grab one of these and take a town park and just walk it and make notes. Well, I agree. March is a mean and money month down below, according to Jeremiah Johnson. Okay, and Ed's already reviewed the easement action items and the fact that he's working with town presentations and planning board presentations. And Ed, I'll meet you briefly after the meeting, make sure you got all the minutes with marked up gold on.
Right, one piece of information I can give you is 1364 Jackson Road, which is the old turkey farm. The school district wants to purchase that for the bus garage.
At least they're not going after the Little League fields next to the town hall.
Well, they've outgrown.
They already did that once.
Yeah. They've outgrown 5 Mile Line Road and they need expanded. The word last night at the meeting was that they will put the bus garage there when it's appropriate, whether it's on sewers or septic. But the problem before is they got turned down because there was no sewers. I believe that's on the corner of Jackson and Plank.
Yes, I pick up a turkey there every Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Did the
Well,
turkey
they want
farm
to
go out
buy
of
40
business?
acres.
Did the turkey farm go out of business?
I don't know.
They don't raise them there. They just.
They used.
I don't think they're out of business, but
No,
the
they
school
don't,
district
yeah.
wants 40 acres.
No, I go by the lot, I know.
Yeah, they don't know turkey.
Well, they used to sell seafood there for a while too.
They thought they were gonna get sewers when the subdivision went in, but the subdivision got put on hold.
Under new business, I have just one item, but it's a needed item. This will all be part of, when we do the trail survey, it will also be evaluating the needs for each of our trailhead kiosks, what shape they're in and what work they need. We do know that Sherwood Fields needs some work. And whether it's a bite-sized Eagle Scout project or whatever, I'll get that report in at the end of March to both Andy and Tim. And just so that we have a record on the conditions of our kiosks. It's an important thing because we post items there inside of plexiglass, and we hope it keeps or out of the weather for a few years, but it does need to be looked at periodically. So now is the time to look at it and report the condition. We do know that Sherwood definitely needs work.
Another item of new business is, we should get in touch with Parrington and find out what the disposition is, of the trail that was postponed because of bats along the Arundecoy Creek. The funding was in place for that, the work was all set to go, and they got held up because there was,
That's a long time ago now.
that's right.
It's a
But
bunch of years ago.
we could use an update, so it's something we probably should work
Right,
on.
make sure that's in the minutes. And, I imagine you could call Parrington, I could, or Andy could, along parallel channels and find
Know
out.
somebody over there?
I mean, we could always call their Parks Department or Rec Department.
I'll just remind you. We,
Yeah,
an
can you
email
post it?
or
We can give them a
whatever.
shout.
That was, a David Kuhn project, 15 years ago.
Yeah, I'm unfamiliar with the project.
No, they were set to go, I believe, in
Well,
20.
complete the trail from Penfield Town border to the Linden Avenue Bridge. That's what they were gonna do.
But the money was available for a while.
Yeah, the money
Then it
was available,
disappeared.
everything was ready to go, but
I can clarify, I remember now. I went to the presentation, it was an open house at the Parrington Town Hall in February of 2016. They were going to, money was in place, the machines were in place, and they were going to do it in the fall of 2016. And it got scrapped because of some environmental concern. Out of left field to my mind, but it was some environmental concern.
tell it to the bands.
Yeah, I mean, we can get an update or check in and see if they have.
That'd be great.
And so,
Yeah.
for the record here, what that would do is that trail was completed, you could go from
Spring Lake Park.
Spring Lake Park on a hiking trail underneath the Linden Road Bridge, around the very difficult curvature riprap bank, and meet the town line in Penfield, where we have a trail, the end of Linear Park Trail, right there, and you could have a through condition, or a longer straight-through walk. And however far you could get what's the name of the park again?
Spring Lake.
Into Spring Lake Park and go all the way in the back, and there's into the tall willows down there it's all along around the Quick Creek. It would make for a longer access walk. You could leave from the Four Corners and go all the way to the back of Spring Lake Park, or you could go all the way from Spring Lake Park to George's Restaurant in Panorama Plaza. And with the hopes that we could ever get through, to Allison Park, if our RIT would smile at us. Anyway, the real hopes of that were to one day be able to go. This was somebody's designed, Monroe County desire to go from Thousand Bank Canal in Pittsburgh all the way along around the Great Creek to around the Great Bay, non-stop.
That's the plan.
continuous.
One more item of interest under new business, the town has a dredging project going on a section of 4 Mile Creek. The north end of town, where it comes out of the Webster Village, and runs through a bit of Penfield, and then back up into the town of Webster. That's probably something we should be looking at too. There's a new development gonna occur on the corner of State Road and 250.
And how does that development work out in 3 dimensions? Which way is it going? Once all the houses are
I
done.
believe, if I'm correct, Danny, isn't there some trails along 4 Mile Creek now? In Webster?
Oh, yeah, that's down by the lake.
Yeah.
That's Lake Road and Phillips.
That's way down.
Okay.
It's not even close to,
Well, they're building a new pond just north of the Penfield border to accept stormwater from this subdivision, and that's gonna flow into this extension of the creek.
okay.
4 Mile Creek Webster is on our June guided hike list, and that is at Phillips Road and Lake Road. That's way up in the northeast corner of Webster.
Right.
It's an excellent park, by the way. It's really a great pair of clean fitting jeans type of park. I really love it. So we're gonna go in June. Open floor, anyone else? Please take one with you and put it up in your favorite community barber shop or whatever, or takeout place, Johnny and Karen's restaurant, whatever. March 13th, 10 o'clock, Shadow Pines, our next hike. Thank you very much. We are adjourned.
Yeah.